5th February 2022. Morning Murli. Shanti. BapDada. Madhuban. Sweet children, become sensible and examine your chart. Check that none of your physical senses deceive you. If you make a mistake during the day, punish yourselves. Question: what is the basis of doing true business with the Father and claiming a high status? Answer: if you want to do true business with the Father, only follow the Father's directions. Baba says, children, if you want to claim a high status, remove the bad habits you have within you, bad vision and anger, etc. Cause a lot of damage. Therefore, keep in your intellects the deep philosophy of action, neutral action and sinful action that the Father has explained to you. Shanti. Children, are you sitting here in soul consciousness? Ask yourself everything. Baba shows you the method to ask yourself, am I sitting here in soul consciousness? Am I remembering the Father? This is the army you belong to. There are just young people in those armies. In this army of yours, there are the old, the mature and children, etc. There are even people as old as 80 or 90 here. This army is for conquering Maya. Each of you has to conquer Maya and claim your unlimited inheritance from the Father. Maya is very powerful. She is very strong. She brings many storms. Each of the physical senses deceive you. Which physical sense deceives you the most? The eyes deceive you the most. It has been explained to you, children. Even if you are a husband and a wife living together, just consider yourselves to be BKs. Otherwise, your eyes will deceive you a great deal. Also, write in your chart which physical sense deceive you the most throughout the whole day. The eyes are the number one in deceitfulness. The eyes cause a lot of damage. There is the example of Surdas. He saw that his eyes were deceiving him a great deal, and so he blinded himself. Although children do a lot of good service, Maya is no less. The eyes deceive you a great deal and totally destroy your status. Wise and sensible children will know they made any mistakes throughout the day. On the path of devotion, they beat themselves so that they remember not to do the same thing again. In the same way, check yourselves in this too. If your eyes deceive you, then punish yourself. Step away from there. Don't just stand there and keep looking. Sannyasis generally sit with their eyes closed. They won't even look at women. There they make men sit at the front and women at the back. Here your children have to make effort. To attain the kingdom of the world is not like going to your auntie's home. Your children are now at the confluence age. Baba says, as well as the words confluence age, you must also definitely write the words most elevated so that it is easy to explain to anyone. It is the most elevated confluence age when you change from humans into deities. It is sung, it didn't take God long to change humans into deities. Which human beings? Iron Age once. Deities reside in the Golden Age. So, the Father comes to change Iron Age human beings into deities, to make residents of hell into residents of heaven. You know this, at this time, people are in extreme darkness. There are many who will never even be able to see heaven. The Father says, this religion of yours is one that gives happiness. Although they remember Heavenly God, the Father, they don't know that He established heaven. Those of other religions also speak of Heavenly God, the Father, but they don't know that they don't have a part to play in heaven. Christians themselves speak of how there used to be paradise. Those deities are called gods and goddesses, but they don't know that it was definitely God who made them into gods and goddesses. The Father is now making you become like them. So you also need to make effort. Ask yourselves every day, which physical sense is deceiving me? The tongue, it's no less. When you see something nice, you want to eat it. In earlier days, your children used to hold court and would speak about the mistakes you had made. It is very bad to steal anything from Shivbaba's yagya. However, Maya catches hold of many by their nose. The father says, children, you should remove any bad habits you have, otherwise, you won't be able to claim a high status. Although you all go to heaven, there is a vast difference between kings and subjects. There are the wealthy and poor among the subjects too. Be careful about your physical senses. Keep a chart. This too is a business. Hardly anyone does this business. The father explains, children, if you want to do business with me and claim a high status, then follow my directions. Maya will definitely make you forget. If you don't follow the father's directions, you will have visions of everything at the end. At that time, there will be great repentance. At present, all of you say that you will become Narayan from a human being. You have to continue to question yourselves and put Baba's directions into practice, and there will then be a lot of progress. Examine your chart for the whole day. Did your eyes deceive you? The destination is very high, and that is why only 8 jewels pass with honors, although they have the 9 jewels. Number 1 in that is Baba, and the others are the 8 jewels. When people have bad omens, they wear a ring of 8 jewels. Only 8 pass with honors. All the others have one stain or another, and it takes a lot of effort to remove it. Thus is the kingdom of Ravan. Thus things do not exist in the golden age because the kingdom of Ravan doesn't exist there. God is teaching you in order to give you a higher status. Just think about it. People adopt gurus. That one is the Sadguru. By saying that God is omnipresent, they have turned everyone away from the Father. You can tell them, the Father says constantly, remember me alone. I am the purifier. You say that he is in the pebbles and stones. The Father says, by following devilish directions, you have been insulting me and dishonoring me. I now have to uplift everyone. Your children should not have any bad vision or anger, etc. You cause yourselves a loss. When someone has bad vision, you receive those vibrations. It pulls others as well. Baba repeatedly draws the attention of your children to this. Children, look at yourselves and check that you have not performed any sinful actions due to the influence of your physical senses. This is the period of sinful actions, and before this, there was the period of those who had conquered sinful actions. Then, when you start performing sinful actions again, it becomes the period of those who perform sinful actions. The Father is now explaining the philosophy of action, neutral action, and sinful action to your children. Actions have to be performed. In the golden age, your actions are neutral. You know about these things at this time. All others are in extreme darkness. Each of you is now receiving a third eye of knowledge. Only the one Father makes you children Trinetri and Trikaladarshi. Some don't know the secrets of the drama at all. You now know the incorporeal world, the subtle region, and the corporeal world. After half the cycle, those of other religions come and they continue to expand. They would not be called gurus. There are no gurus apart from the one. That is, there is only the one who can grant you salvation. Now everyone is to receive salvation. They are called founders of religions, not gurus. Neither can there be salvation by remembering them, nor would your sins be absolved. That is called devotion. Only you are in the line of knowledge. This is the Pandava army. All of you are guides. You are the ones who take everyone to the land of happiness and the land of peace. It is in all your intellects that you are guides. Baba is the liberator and the guide. He liberates everyone. Baba says, remember me, and your sins will be absolved. If you then perform any sinful actions, there will be 100-fold punishment. Therefore, as much as possible, don't perform any sinful actions that would defame the Father's name. When you commit a sin, it continues to increase. Therefore, you now have to be very careful. You need to have very strong vision of brother and sister. You are children of Brahma, grandchildren of Shiv. We have made a promise to Shivbaba, but in spite of that, Maya deceives a great deal. It is very easy to say that you will become Lakshmi or Narayan, but you also have to put the directions into practice. Husband and wife should continue to talk about knowledge throughout the day. Both say that they will claim their full inheritance from Baba, that they will study fully with the teacher. Would you find such a teacher ever again? Only you know this. Even the deities don't know the Father. So, how could those of other religions know him? Baba is now telling you the knowledge of the beginning, the middle, and the end of the whole world. This knowledge will then disappear. I myself depart. So, where would you receive this knowledge from? Baba shows you children the way. Always remember that Shivbaba is telling you this knowledge. Thus one knows that even he is claiming his inheritance from Shivbaba. Thus one is also in his student life. You too are studying to change from humans into deities. Deities exist in the golden age and human beings in the iron age. There are also many religions in this age. Thus matters have to be understood very well. Many come here, but nevertheless, if it is not in their fortune, they say, I have doubts about how Shivbaba enters this one and teaches us. I don't understand this. Oh, but if Shivbaba didn't come, how would you remember him so that your sins could be absolved? Your sins cannot be absolved unless you have remembrance of him. There would have to be a lot of punishment. Otherwise, the status you receive would be worth a few pennies. A kingdom is being created. Kings also have maids and servants in front of them. Ask Baba what you would become if you were to leave your body now. Baba would tell you everything. It is number wise. This study is very important. There is a lot of income in this. People give themselves so much trouble in order to earn money. Their intellects are caught up in that. Day and night, they continue to make bargains and do business deals. Many big businessmen also come to you. They say, what can I do? I don't have time. You can receive the sovereignty of the world. You simply have to remember Shivbaba. You also remember your special deities. Do you not? Your sins won't be absolved by remembering deities. This is why Baba continues to explain repeatedly so that none of them will be able to say that no one explained to them. You children have to give everyone the message. It is very good to drop leaflets from an aeroplane. Let there be none left to say that they didn't know Baba had come. So you have to do all of this. Brahma is Shiva's first child. Prajapita Brahma too is a father. Shivbaba is establishing heaven through Brahma. Baba says, I am establishing the original deity relation through this one. After the destruction that is to take place, there will be happiness, peace and purity in the world. Such a heaven is established every cycle. Constantly continue to say, Baba, Baba. As soon as you say Baba, there should be tears of love. Baba, when will I meet you? Those who are sitting in front of Baba don't accept him, whereas those who are not in front of him are desperate. It is a wonder. They write, free me from my bondage. Some belong to Baba and then belong to Maya. At the end, they will remember. When someone is dying, he is told to chant the name of Ram. There will be that pull at the end. They will think, let me have my sins absolved by having remembrance of Baba. Baba says, sweetest children, benefit yourselves, follow the Father's Srimad, continue to give everyone this message. Some of the people who received leaflets dropped from an airplane were awakened. Relate the history. Happiness and peace are to be established throughout the whole world and especially in Bharat. Acha, to the sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, the father, BapDada. The spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual children. The spiritual children says Namaste and good morning to the spiritual father. Essence for the dharana. First point, make the vision of brother and sister and of brotherhood very firm. Be very cautious. Don't perform any actions that would bring dishonor to the Father's name. Second point, don't have any doubts about the Father. Remember the Father with a lot of love. Pay attention to your study day and night and accumulate an income. Blessing. May you have the awareness of constant victory and remain happy and share that happiness with others by becoming an image that attracts. Explanation. You are a victorious soul every cycle. Therefore, let the tilak of victory be constantly sparkling on your forehead. This tilak of victory will also give happiness to others because the face of a victorious soul is always happy. When everyone sees a happy face, they are automatically attracted to that one. At the end, when no one will have time to listen to anyone, your attractive image and happy face will serve many souls. Slogan. To spread the light of Avyakta stage everywhere is to be a lighthouse. Om Shanti